And I went. And it was, that's the only thing I do. I use Facebook for, to be honest.
Tony, you said nothing but a word, dog.
I don't know if we're live yet. I'm assuming we probably are.
Let's do the old YouTube check very quickly.
It says we're live. All right, we're live. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Welcome to BatYard's Finest, bringing you the finest of Batman, Superman, and more in pop culture. I'm your host, Josh, from Metropolis. Happy Halloween, by the way, or day before, literally day before. We'll go in order with our co-host.
What's up? I'm Tony.
What's up? I'm Jerry. It's been a while. Happy Halloween.
Yeah. We're definitely a little rusty, but that's okay. That's part of the Halloween's charm. So we are here to discuss Creature from Black Lagoon, 1954, and Kim Possible Sink or Swim. Before that, we are going to get into our BSBS, which is like basically bullshit, pop culture, news, anything we kind of want to talk about. I'm going to just start by saying rest in peace, Drew Struzan, who is amazing poster artist from, even if you don't know his name, you probably know his work from Star Wars to Back to the Future to Indiana Jones to countless other movies.
Passed?
Drew Struzan.
Oh wow! Yeah,
he did all those movie posters. Like he would hand paint all those movie posters. Also, he did The Thing. Like a bunch of classic, a bunch of classic movie posters. Yeah, he was definitely a true craftsman of like the 1980s of his time for sure, and it makes you wish that movie posters and everything were still hand painted. Everything's way too digital. But yeah, he made all those epic posters. Like the Back to the Future is like definitely one that like stands out to me. So rest in peace to Drew Struzan.
I did not know he did all of these.
He's amazing. He's a great artist. Wow. Yeah. So kudos to him. For sure.
Yeah. Because I definitely, like you said, the Back to the Future, that's like, in my mind, that's one of the most iconic ones. The Thing, obviously, Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking at a couple of his works here.
The Harry Potter is, I don't know. It's so many iconic posters. Like this.
I guess he did Hook as well. Some art for E.T., a bunch of Spielberg movies. Yeah, he's definitely.
He did the one for Hocus Pocus. I never knew that.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, he did a lot of them. I guess Big Trouble in Little China. He did a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
The
Man,
Ventures of Babysitting.
great.
Oh, he did Goonies. The Goonies.
Oh, he did the Goonies?
Yeah.
In fact, I should just look up all the.
I would share my screen, but it's gonna look so tiny. I'm gonna try it anyway.
Man, I had no freaking idea.
So, of course, it's super small, but here's like all his works. There's the Thing poster.
Yeah, because I know the Thing because an aunt, she had
even the Phantom Menace.
Wow.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. So, R.I.P. That's
R.I.P. indeed.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the news I had. That was mine. So, Tony, do you have anything?
The only thing I have, it's not like final yet, but like Warner Brothers is like trying to sell themselves, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I heard like inklings of that. I don't really understand it, to be honest.
They're trying to sell themselves? Yeah, Discovery.
The Discovery owns them, and then there's like talks of them selling it to somebody. It was our
president really wants Paramount to buy them.
Yeah,
and they keep saying no to Paramount.
Why?
I really don't want Paramount to buy them, but
no.
I'm fine with Discovery having them. I mean, I get Shark Week for free, and I'm a huge, Animal Planet, Nat Geo kind of guy, so that works out nice in my favor.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
I just hope whatever happens, it doesn't affect the DC comics or the DC movies.
Right.
I hope that everyone
I've
is
been hearing inklings of that. That
keep...
they're like people who are basically big Snyder fans are like, oh, now they're gonna fire James Gunn, and they're all like happy about it. I'm like, I don't want that to happen. I feel like that's the only thing that's going for him right now.
Like I'm not, I said it before. I'm not the biggest James Gunn fan, but he makes a good movie.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
He knows how to make a film for sure.
He made Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I guess. I think he wrote it.
That's true.
He wrote it. I wouldn't use that as like my example of like a good James Gunn work, but yeah, he is attached to that. Yeah. Do you know more detail about it, Tony, or like anything else? Like I kind of
not really.
You know how long that's been in the talks?
It's like a
I
week,
have heard
like about a week.
On that.
There's not much about it. I just know Paramount has sent 3 offers and it's been denied 3 times. Yeah, that's all I really know.
That's so weird. I don't want Paramount to get Warner Brothers.
No,
I think Warner Brothers is fine where they are. They don't need to do anything else.
I know, and this would be the second like buyout of Warner Brothers within the past not even 5 years.
I think it's creeping on 5, but not exactly just yet.
I forget who owned them before. I think it was fucking some cell phone company.
AT&T?
Yeah, something like that. I think I want to say AT&T.
Yeah, because I know it wasn't like Verizon, T-Mobile, Cricket.
Yeah, I want to say it was AT&T.
It was somebody who got some serious bankroll.
Yeah. I don't understand how this is happening or like the dynamics of all these business deals anyway.
I think there might be something behind the scennes going on because that's kind of fishy.
Fucking weird.
Like, what is Discovery doing so bad that Paramount feels like, all right, let's offer them money. Just throw money to the wind.
Yeah, did Paramount offer them something, or are they like trying to sell? Like,
well, they're selling, and I guess they're like Paramount has sent 3 offers, and they've all been denied. So they are actively selling, but they're just denying the offers. Well, now that I think about it, what I think could be happening is like I picture like DC has probably been under the water for like years and years.
Probably were losing money,
and they finally have one hit with Superman, and they're like, okay, like we got to sell now. Like we recouped some money. Like it looks okay now. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's a little early for all this. I just hope it's like, I don't know. I hope it's just not a clusterfuck, because that's kind of what happened between the sale before with Discovery. I think that's why they dropped like Batgirl and like a bunch of these.
Yeah, they dropped
other movies.
So many projects.
They were going to do like
they were
Supergirl. So it's like already like a clusterfuck. It's already fucked.
I think that's kind of dumb.
Please don't make it more confusing than it already is. It's like finally getting on like on upscale now. It's finally going up in quality. So like, I don't want it to go
getting some footing, and I don't want to lose it, because this is anyway. Yeah, I don't have much news. The only thing of real interest I saw, and it was just a random ad that played earlier today. They're making Scream 7.
I saw that.
And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But how many more Screams do we need?
What was the one with Jenna Ortega was just like in it? And I feel like that came out a while ago now.
Yeah, I think that's the most recent one, but I'm like, all right, so y'all going to give us another Freddy? Are you going to give us, any other slasher?
Yeah.
Are you going to give us another Jason?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Because I think Michael Myers is officially done from what people said about
that franchise. They already they killed that.
They milked that
many times. If they're gonna do that, they gotta remake it. I actually just watched Halloween last night, the original, and I feel like that's the only one worth watching. I never seen the second one though.
I've seen the second one. It was
okay.
It wasn't bad.
There's one scene that's really interesting. Like, why would they do it? But it was okay.
And then I saw the 2018 one, which was they skipped the sequels, and it was okay. Like, and then they had a sequel to that one, and that one was pretty bad.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
we saw that, Tony. Didn't we see
Yeah, we
that?
saw that at the
That
Madison
was
Theater.
bad.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. But the 2018 one, I think it was 2018. That one was pretty decent for what it was.
Yeah, that one was pretty
I
good,
actually like
you know,
that one.
considering
Yeah,
everything, all the other sequels before it.
yeah.
I was like, okay, we're kind of getting back
Retconned
to
all
the
that
roots.
nonsense.
Nothing,
Yeah,
no crazy bullshit. You know,
yeah.
it's just a slasher horror movie, and that's that.
What? Oh yeah, Halloween 3. I like because it has nothing to do with any of the other ones. They were gonna make like a anthology um like franchise where like each story was gonna be like set in Halloween, but like a whole, totally different horror story. And Halloween 3 is like one of the outcasts. It's like a super random movie, but I liked it because it was something different. But you can't start that movie
Hmm.
3. You got to start that movie
Yeah.
2, and then people will understand that. They're like, oh, okay. You can't have
It's
Michael
like
Myers twice and then do this random haunted mask fucking thing, and then people are not gonna know what the hell's going on.
it's like all these comics that were like adventure comics, detective comics, fantastic tales. They keep going through the anthology until they get the one thing that like sticks, and they're like, all right, screw the anthologies.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But it already stuck before, and then they,
Yeah.
it was super random. Anyway, I wanted to ask you
I know
guys,
that
unless you guys had something else to bring up.
I'm just checking because I always bookmark stuff because I
Let me
swear there was
just.
something else. But Josh, you can proceed. Don't let me
Okay.
hold you up.
Well, Tony's not even here.
Hazel, come here. Treat. You want a treat? I
um.
have one small thing. Hazel,
Okay.
treat.
Well, Tony's getting his dog.
Hazel,
Um.
treat. Here's
I
here's the thing.
wait. What is that?
You can't even see her. She's in a
I don't see
Deadpool
her at all.
Oh,
costume.
I don't see her at all.
I
I
remember what
kind of
my
see her in
thing
the
was.
mirror a little bit.
She's in
Like
a Deadpool costume. You can't
I
see
kind.
it.
Wow.
That was
This
the
is the
thing.
best showcase ever. Well, actually, that ties into my question. What are you guys gonna be for Halloween this year?
She left.
That's a
I
good
don't think
question.
I'm even gonna dress up this year. It's just I've had a lot going on, so I'm not really in the festive spirit this time around.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I get it.
Like if I dress up, I might kind of go the old cheap route and get just a morph suit and a mask. And I saw somebody do it, but you guys remember the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy,
Mhm.
like the great value version of Lord Voldemort. Lord Moldy Butt, somebody
Oh, I
got a
kind of
Green
remember.
Goblin mask and a morph suit, and I'm like, you know what? That's cheap enough to work. And people usually still have Halloween parties like the first weekend into November, just because everything this weekend is going to be so freaking busy.
All right.
So I was like, I could probably do that and get away with it, but that might be the most I do.
I gotcha. Tony, what are you
I
gonna
had we went to Spirit yesterday, and I was hoping to find Hazel a crypto costume. They didn't have it, so we got her Deadpool, and then I got a Wolverine mask and claws. So
Oh, that's
we're a
fun.
year late, but we're doing that.
Are you guys doing anything or going anywhere?
Not really.
Or...
I don't know.
Oh
That's
shit! I
cool.
got to get some candy in case kids come to my door. We usually don't get trick or treaters
Yeah,
because
I
that's
got
what was gonna be what I ask you guys. Do you guys get a lot of trick or treaters?
no.
Because I have kids in
No.
my
I'm kind
neighborhood,
of like
but
outside of town, so like I'm a little off, like a route where kids would actually come. It's just like basically my apartment complex and like nothing really
Yeah,
attached to it. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's what
I
I'm
no,
don't
I
doing
feel
too.
you,
Yeah.
bro.
really see anybody coming here. They would go to like town of Hudson or Catskill. I guess that shows where I live.
Doxed, doxed.
No,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
Because I'm not too far from like a set of houses and stuff, but they're like a 2 or 3 minute ride. And I always get like a small bag in case I'm like, well, if I have one trick or treater, I want to have at least a little something for them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, it's good to have
But I
like a
don't.
backup of a backup kind of thing. And then if
Yeah,
they
I
don't
might
come,
see
you eat
what.
it.
That's why. That's
Yeah, because
why.
somebody said always buy the candy you want in case the
Right.
kids don't show up, so you don't have to
Exactly.
feel bad.
Exactly. Yeah, I won't even be here. I'll be. I think there's some like Halloween party bar thing going on with like live music, so I'm going with that with a couple of buddies. We're
Oh,
all doing classic Star Wars, so I'm gonna be Luke from like Dagobah with the tank top, so I get to show show off my gun.
Show the
Yeah,
guns.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
you need to ask for directions. You want to take a left, then a right.
yeah, and I have a buddy who's gonna be Han Solo. My girlfriend Callie, she's being Yoda, so that's gonna be fun. She's gonna be
Oh,
Yoda
that's
in
gonna
the
be fun.
backpack, so I got to do flips and shit with her in my back. So yeah, there'll definitely be pictures. So maybe I'll post them on the Instagram that we like barely use anymore, but I feel like we'll make
I
it
miss so
active.
bad on using
No, I
socials.
get
I'm
it.
trying to get back to
I
it.
just try to keep the YouTube channel live. That's good enough for me. Like once you get to like the
Yeah,
other stuff, it gets too nitty gritty. You're like, all right,
yeah, no, yeah.
this is too much. But yeah, we'll post maybe once a month at best, probably once every 3 months at our rate. But that's okay. That's part of our charm.
that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So that's all the BSBS I have. Do you guys have anything else or
I had one like very small thing. I was on
okay?
Max earlier, just adding like Halloween themed movies to my watch list for the weekend, and I forgot that the new Welcome to Dairy show just came out. I think it's only 2 episodes so far from what I saw. I haven't watched it yet, but I did get one minor little spoiler that I'm kind of upset about because it ruined the first episode for me. But it's like it's a small little spoiler that I can get over. But from
Yeah.
people said it's pretty good so far.
I got you. Yeah, I didn't. I kind of saw inklings that was like being revealed. I didn't realize it was out already. But I guess it makes sense. It should be out for Halloween. They should have released it like beginning October instead of end of the month. It's
Yeah,
like
because I
Yeah,
would have
give
done
people
like an
time.
episode a week, so that way the finale is on Halloween. Because what
right.
better way to end Halloween than with a finale of a very popular book by Stephen King.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that kind of reminds me. I have two little things, and then we'll go into like the actual nitty gritty. I watched the second season of Wednesday. For like this month of October. It was pretty good. I liked how Christopher Lloyd was in it. That was fun. I'm glad I waited for this season to watch it. And I did watch Beetlejuice finally, and I thought that was pretty decent
Oh,
too.
you finally watched
Yeah,
it?
I finally watched it. I watched it for this month. Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I kind of like. Well, there's like Danny DeVito's cameo, which was fun. Yeah, there's like little bits like that. I really liked. I think all in all, it's like as good as it could be, and I liked how the father, like his head is like non-existent. What is going on?
Jesus, Tony.
What is going
She
on?
was crawling under my desk, so I picked her up, and she did not want to be there. So I
No,
tried to.
that didn't sound like it. Anyway, yeah, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have a small one. I forgot about this, but did you put Weapons on Max? New horror movie.
Oh
Oh, I heard
yeah,
good things about that. Yeah, yeah.
Did we talk?
that I would
Did you
say
see that?
If
watch
you
that.
did, I think somebody on the
Okay.
podcast mentioned it because I
Yeah,
remember you guys recommending it.
I finally saw it.
It
It
is.
was pretty good.
It's very good. It's not scary per se, but it's a very big thrill ride.
Yeah. No,
Where'd
I
you
agree.
watch it in theaters?
I watched it in theaters because I actually managed to catch it for a matinee price. So I think I paid maybe 10 or so bucks. It was like a really good deal. They were running a special that day.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I guess it's on HBO too.
Yeah, no, they just put it on Max.
Yeah, I think they just put it on a couple days ago, Tony. It was very
Yeah,
recently.
they're like trying to push it. There's like tons of ads and stuff. So
Yeah,
I did watch it and it was good.
it's definitely one of the better horror movies that have come out. Honestly, probably within the last year, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. I have to watch that, and I want to watch the new Nosferatu. I know that came out last year too.
I've heard about
And
that.
then there's a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie, but it's not
What the
coming out
hell?
for this month. I don't know why, which is silly.
Josh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you now. When you watch the new Nosferatu,
Uh huh.
clear your schedule. It is a lengthy little movie. I think it's like
Oh
two and
man.
a half, 2 hours 40,
Okay.
and it is a big slow burn, but it was very good. I liked it a lot when I watched it.
Yeah, I like the director a lot, Robert Eggers. So I'm definitely interested in it. Oh, I got William Dafoe and
Yes,
Nicholas
William
Hoult.
Defoe was very good in there.
Who
William
plays the?
Defoe, Johnny Depp's daughter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, there's somebody I can't think of his name, but the guy who plays I think William, he's very good. Like the
Who
cast
plays
was
the
very well
vampire?
rounded.
Like who plays actual Nosferatu?
He plays it in the movie.
Oh, Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, he's the it guy. Okay.
Hmm.
Because I know there's a movie actually where William Dafoe plays Nosferatu, but he plays like the actor playing
What the hell?
the character, but the actor in this version is an actual vampire. It's very meta, but like he's an actual vampire, like the actor who in the 1920s. It's very interesting. I haven't seen
Okay.
it, but it looks crazy. So I just find it funny that William Dafoe's in this too. I was like, does he play it? Like, does he play it again? Okay, so that's enough BSBS for now. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty, all about the creature that lurks in the lagoons. But we're gonna start with Kim Possible. Probably when the fuck did this come out? 2002. 2002. Um, so yeah. Tony, I would like you to take over for Sink or Swim Kim Possible season 1 episode 2.
Okay, so Kim Possible Sink or Swim starts. They're all on a bus. It's Kim Possible's cheerleading team and also Ron's too, I guess.
Yeah.
On the bus, they're like singing or something. They're up to some hijinks, and I just want to say like. I mean, this is supposed to be a summary, but David Putty being the bus driver was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So they're going to a competition for cheerleading, I believe, and then they run over something, and their bus is like sidelined, like the bus is screwed, and they end up at a lake camp, right? I forget the name of the camp, but it's
Yeah,
later revealed that it's like
one of
four
them.
separate camps. There's one of many on the same lake. So they start like sharing ghost stories at the campfire because they're stuck. They don't have like service or anything. And then Ron tells a story about Gil or like him. I guess he gives like a little introduction to the character Gil, but we don't know it's an introduction yet. Or he's talking about the lake and how he didn't want to swim in it because it was gross. And I guess he switches places with someone because he refuses to swim in the lake. And that's the villain origin story for Gil, who's based on the creature from the Black Lagoon. And then Gil uh, tries to turn everyone into a creature because he has this whole vendetta against Ron. And then I don't even know how to wrap this up, but there's hijinks ensues. There's a boat chase, kind of not really a boat chase, but there's a boat scene,
Nice, yeah.
I'll call it
uh,
a case.
and then the police come and save the day.
Yeah. I just want to say this episode is like Friday the 13th meets
Yeah,
Creature from the Black Lagoon, and they kind of just
Yeah,
match into one thing.
yeah,
And I do actually enjoy, like, this is like one of the episodes I actually like remember watching as a kid. So like when I picked Creature of the Black Lagoon, I was like, oh, this would be actually
that's
like a
perfect. Yeah.
fun choice. I didn't really watch too much of the show. Like I caught it here and there, like as a kid.
oh
I'm sure there's
really?
like much lore to Kim Possible. Yeah, I just like seen an episode here or there. Like I don't know what your history is, Jerry, with
I've
the.
watched everything from start to finish, even the
That's
movie
cool.
that ended the show.
Yeah.
It was how they, I don't want to derail it too much, but how they did everything and concluded, it was a good wrap up. I'm glad that Disney's deciding not to touch this series ever
Yeah.
again.
Well, I thought about it too. They would totally ruin it. But I actually thought, I was like, oh, I could actually see the show being like a live action movie if they did it like good, but they won't do it right. So it's gonna be probably would be terrible. But
Yeah.
like say like they actually had the same kind of charm and humor, I could actually see it working. But Disney is pretty terrible now, so they would ruin it if they
Yeah,
did
they
make
would.
something.
Yeah, they make it like hyper realistic and terrible.
Yeah, and the naked mole rat will look like disturbing and like uncanny
It would look
valley.
like a penis with arms, legs, and teeth.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what they look like in real life. They look fucked. They're so gross. They're disgusting looking.
I'm
That's
not gonna
cool.
lie. When you picked this episode, Josh, I was like, I know this episode because obviously when you're homesick from school, you watch whatever you just cut on, and I think this episode played the most that
Yeah,
I just happened to catch. So I was like, yep,
that's how I feel about it too. Yeah,
I remember it, not word for word exactly, but I do remember scene for scene. Like Ron was basically the all-star MVP, and this was like a very good episode dedicated to him because he's got a couple more later in the show. But this one, it was like everything he said was right the whole time. Everybody's
yeah,
trying to
it is
dismiss
funny.
him.
Yeah,
They were trying to underplay him, but when it really mattered, he was like, "Okay, this is what we need to do. This is where we have to go. Just follow me, and you'll live." No Terminator, but that's essentially what he was trying to do. And even when it came to the first clash with Gil, and Gil was like, I'm gonna turn you into a freak just like me because you abandoned me in this sick, disgusting lake and it mutated me. And he was like, I don't even know who you are. And then it
Yeah.
was like, no, I remember. And it was literally like he's got all these horrific memories of this place. But this one well, not just one, but this was the one memory he was like, oh no, this is my fault. I gotta help this guy. I'm responsible for this. And then even at the end, when they get the what is he like, some kind of biologist or some kind of gene therapist or whatever?
yeah, it's some definitely some scientists.
It's something along those lines.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm sorry, and I hope that they can get you the help you need. And I don't think he ever shows up again, if I remember right.
No, you know what? I actually kind of went through the show, and he does show up in the next season. I don't know if he shows up again after that, but I was watching it just out of curiosity, and it's like Ron jumps into the lake and he turns into a beaver and like fights him. It's like he turns into his own aquatic animal, I guess. So that was kind of fun. I didn't really watch all of it. I was like half watching it just out of curiosity because I was more focused on this one. But this one I definitely recall watching as a kid. Tony, did you watch the show at all? Like growing up, I know you're like a little younger than us.
I definitely did. I don't remember much from it. I feel like I
Yeah.
had like a Game Boy game of it for some reason, but like I don't remember the show that
They
much.
no, they did have a Game Boy game.
Yeah. I think I mean like I had Disney I had like the Disney Channel on Saturday, so I like saw one episode a week.
Oh wow!
You
So
know.
so I think you probably saw more than I have, to be honest. Like
Really?
I caught like
Yeah.
maybe an episode here or there. Because
Yeah.
like I watched it as a kid, but I was like, oh, this is a girl's show. I can't watch
That was
this.
fun.
Yeah,
But
I
honestly,
watched
it's
this with my
fine.
brother, and it was like you watch it and you're like it's like you said, you're like, oh, this is a show for girls. But the more you watch, you're like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
cool.
this is badass because this is a girl in high school going on Mission Impossible style
Yeah.
adventures and just danger, and she's coming out generally unscathed. I think except for maybe an episode here or there where she might have like a broken arm or like a burn or
All
something.
right. That's kind of
But it's like everything
Yeah.
is just so grandiose because you've got her just a regular cheerleader in school with her own issues with boys, working, trying to fit in and stuff. You have her kooky best friend who's the oddball, but he's obviously the person who understands her best and stuff like that, and he gets tagged along, and he has, like I said before, he has his own. I think maybe 4 or 6 episodes kind of dedicated to him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it was like everything gets like it's so. This was such a blast from the past. I loved
Yeah.
it.
It definitely is a throwback. Like watching them, like, oh, this feels like early 2000s. The animation, like, really holds up. Like, I honestly like the art style for this show, like, a
Yeah,
lot.
and
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
something I forgot. I was like, for this to have come out when it did, the art style not only held up, but all the voice lines still kind of
Yeah.
are where at a good place it should be for where
Mhm.
you imagine teenagers and
Mhm.
people going through puberty and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would agree. And like I found it funny that they actually did have cell phones and they did like address that.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, do
Yeah,
they even have cell phones in this era? I'm like, I
yeah,
guess they do. And then they even kind of predicted the future with like GPS, like handheld devices. So I thought that
yeah.
was kind of fun too. But
You
like, if you call this like a girl show, like at least like little kids or little boys could like attach themselves to Ron. So like, it's not really
yeah.
a girl show. It's like kind of for everybody. I was just a stupid kid.
You know what I will say? This is now that we're on the subject, the show Totally Spies was a really good show, even though like it
yeah.
definitely was a girl show.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
That show is
Oh
so
yeah.
That
dope.
was like one of those other shows. I felt the same way. I'm like, I can't watch this.
No, it was actually good.
And like I felt like that was like I like Powerpuff Girls and I felt like that
Yeah,
was
it
a good
was, yeah.
girl show, but I thought that was actually like
That
that
had
was a really
so much
funny show.
violence. You
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
no,
got
that's
over it
crazy.
it did.
because not like I said, not to derail too much. The episode where they broke in jail to beat up Mojo Jojo,
Yeah.
you the man's behind bars, legally in trouble, and you go beat him up. Who does
Well,
this?
I thought that's the thing. There's all these like examples of those kind of shows that kind of blur the lines, and there's not really that anymore. Like that was
Yeah,
definitely more of like a early 2000s things where like it kind of blurred the line of like, oh, is this is a girl show? This is a boy show. It's like, oh, this is kind of for everybody show.
For
It, does-
everybody.
like just it doesn't matter if the protagonist is male or female. Like I feel like anybody could watch this kind of thing.
yeah, no, I agree.
There's a lot of those examples. Um,
Mhm.
and I like the well, I already said the art design's really good, cool, and I like Gil. He's fun, and he's like basically like the Jason archetype. Like they left him in the lake, and he kind of drowned, kind of scenario. He mutated in the lake. I know Jason already was kind of fucked up looking, I guess, but it's kind of like definitely the same theme and kind of premise, and it's definitely, yeah, it definitely rings those same like Friday the 13th kind of feels. Like I could have picked
Oh
this
yeah.
and a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah,
It
for
kind
sure.
of fits
Because
both.
the initial setup, I was like, boy, it's like you're watching Friday the 13th for the very
Yeah,
first time.
yeah,
The bus mysteriously breaks down in front of this decrepit camp. There's this rustling in the bush. You're being watched by an unknown figure who's going to, you know, take you places and go kill you or, just dismember you. And I was like, like when the bus scene happened, I don't know why, but I immediately went to Jeepers Creepers.
oh yeah, yeah.
Just because in the beginning he was throwing
I
the
forgot
like the
about
bone disc and stuff,
that.
slashing the
Right,
tires, and that I guess that's what made me think of it because that's a very iconic just beginning intro to a movie in its own right.
right.
But I really did like that whole just this whole episode was fun.
I agree.
Yeah,
Like there's start to finish. Oh, your friend's acting weird again, Kim. Go get him. And she's succumbing to peer pressure. Ron, stop. Ron, you're doing it again. He's like, what? Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. Everybody's trying to boss me around. And he's the only dude on an all women's cheerleading team. So it's like, yeah, I understand okay, I'm just trying to, fit into the mood or, just, be a regular person and they just kept shitting on him. And then they eventually kind of cut it out, except for what's her name? Bonnie the bitch.
Yeah,
I always hated her
yeah,
character. She's
yeah.
just She's a mean girl who just never could quit.
I've yeah. I guess she was. You remember that fucking movie? You're probably not even gonna. You'll probably know actually. You know that movie like Xenon, where
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
Xenon, Girl of the Future, or
yeah,
was it
she's like
Xenon
lives in
Z
space or
3?
some shit.
Yeah,
I guess that's the same voice actress as Bonnie. So like they have like these Disney
Oh,
alumni voicing
really.
these characters. So that's the same actress. Kim Possible's played by the sister from Even Stevens, uh Chrissy Romano. And speaking of like Batman, Will Fredley, who voices Ron Stoppable, also voices Terry McGinnis in
hmm.
Batman Beyond. So there's the Batman tie-in,
Oh, that's
and that's
hilarious.
like the same time as this. I think both the shows kind of coincided. Maybe
Oh,
Batman Beyond might have been a little earlier, but I think it was still on.
I think it might have been a little
Yeah,
later because I remember that kind of more end of elementary, kind of beginning of middle school.
yeah, Batman. I think they like kind of um, crossed like at the end of Batman Beyond's kind of run, but like then like Impossible kind of like went off.
yeah, I'm looking at this cast. It's like kind of crazy. Some of the people you just wouldn't expect. Like Nancy Cartwright was Rufus.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's
then
funny.
John DiMaggio is Dr. Draken, who is not in this episode. Is that how you
Oh, yeah,
pronounce
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen the show in
That
so
makes
long.
sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
John
that you say,
DiMaggio.
Yeah, Bender. Yeah.
oh, the kid who plays Gil is one of the brothers from Malcolm in the Middle. Like
Oh,
he's the
yeah,
middle brother in Malcolm in the Middle.
his voice was super familiar. I couldn't
Yeah,
spot
that's
it.
what's fun. Yeah,
Good. It's a good
Wow.
cast. I don't know.
yeah,
It's
pretty
for a
stacked.
random show
Yeah.
from our childhood.
It honestly made me like since I never really watched this whole show through, it kind of made me want to watch the show. I was like, "Oh, this is fun." I kind of want to see what this is about cuz I don't really want to ask too many questions cuz like my girlfriend was asking, she was like, "Does Ron and Kim like end up together?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah, I don't really know.
They addressed that in the movie
Yeah,
because
I
the
kind of
movie ended
figured.
the show. Because
Okay.
this had, I want to say 4 seasons, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
I'm
about right.
thinking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was
this
a
was the
really
early
popular
2000s
show.
show.
Like I remember it definitely like hit the pop culture zeitgeist when it came out for sure.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I could actually see them like if they actually did it right. Like say I don't know, like John I don't know, like S- John Landis or like Joe Dante or somebody, some like weirdo directing a Kim Possible live action movie. I could see it actually like working, but it would have to be quirky, and like, but they're not going to do
Yeah,
that because
Yeah.
you would have to make it
yeah,
as quirky as possible because
yeah,
when you watch more of the show, that's what it really is. It's quirky
right,
and campy.
yeah,
Like you could show this to a group of elementary and middle schoolers, and they'd be glued to it because
yeah,
it's
Mhm.
not what they're used to with the bright, vivid colors. It's really it's I'm not going to call it dull because I don't want to underplay it, but it's simpler, coloring and animation, but more storytelling.
right, yeah. I could see that. Yeah, yeah. And now like animation's just like
Here's
jump in your
here's
face,
38 bright
attention.
colors in
Yeah,
your face.
right, right, exactly. It's like the TikTok era. They have to like hold their attention.
God, brain rot. Don't get me started.
So all right, what are your final thoughts on Kim Possible sink or swim?
This was a really good throwback watch. I think about Kim Possible kind of here and there when whenever you talk about like golden age cartoons,
Right.
because this was still in the prime era of Disney kind of holding down cartoons, live
Mhm.
actions, even having some great live action movies as well that were TV to video only, right up there with Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, so on and so forth. This episode's a real solid 9 for me. because thinking back on just how fond this episode was and rewatching it, there's everything that you I loved about it as a kid. It still holds up even now. Excuse me, because like all of the tropes that were there and how well they were executed, and how if you tried to recreate that now, people would not receive it that well just because you would try to fit it more to where society is now. And so it would be like, well, oh, I'm the only guy on an all girls cheerleader team. I'm feeling some kind of way like y'all are trying to, single me out or, take advantage of this situation by, making me the errand boy and so on and so forth. But this is a really good just go back and just relive the experience again. I'm glad you picked this because this was a lot of fun.
Tony, what are your thoughts?
I'm probably around there with you at a 9. I don't know. It was a super fun episode. I think it's like it's like early into the show. It's like episode 3 of the entire series. I feel like it sets the tone pretty well. You don't need to know anything else about
Yeah,
it to enjoy it. I
it's
don't know.
definitely outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I was shocked by David Putty being the bus driver. He's their coach too, or no?
Yeah, he's like the cheer
Yeah, he's
coach, I
like
think.
I think the football coach or something. I
Oh,
haven't watched in a long time. I'm just taking a guess, just strictly based off of his character build, voice, and attitude.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's in the show more just because I think it's funny. But yeah, no, I don't know. I thought it was very good. Like, there's no complaints. It's a solid 9.
yeah, Patrick Warburton. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like how you call him by his Seinfeld
he's just David Putty. We had a Seinfeld night for baseball here, and he came, and I was just like, "Yo, David Putty's coming to Rochester."
character. Yeah, I would agree with you guys. I'm definitely between like an 8 or a 9. I'll just give it a 9 because I definitely agree. This is and like I seen this episode a couple times as a kid. Well, like back in 2002, what would I have been like 7? And that was probably the only time I watched it, and it definitely like stuck with me. Like I remembered it, and all these years later. So, um, yeah, definitely a fun time. I like the mood. I like the atmosphere. I like the characters. You kind of know what everybody's about, even like with the little dialogue that they have. Like the side characters, like Bonnie, like you said, and the blonde cheerleader. I don't know her name, um, but yeah, it's all kind of fun, and I like how it's like kind of horror picture-esque. It definitely fits that mold for sure, and. You could show this to. I feel like you could show this show to like any age group, and they would like get something out of it. They'd enjoy something out of this show. So definitely a fun time. So okay, that was Kim Possible, Sink or Swim. So now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of Creature from the Black Lagoon, 1954. As you can see, I have a little mural of like Creature from the Black Lagoon artwork behind me. There's the poster, and here's 2 artworks of the creature. Um, so Jerry, would you like to take over the synopsis for Creature from the Black Lagoon?
It starts off with a scientist, and I'm just gonna call it the Amazon because
Yeah, that's where they go.
that's kind of where they go all the time.
Yeah.
He's in the Amazon. He finds this fossilized rock and remain in a rock, and it's kind of like a webbed claw, almost like a humanoid platypus arm. He takes it to some research buddies, and they're like, "Well, obviously there has to be more to it, so let's go exploring." And so, on their way to establish a survey crew, yeah, I call them a survey crew. Yeah, they get. I'm need to pull up characters' names. Just give me 1 second. But they get a man named David and his girlfriend, fiance, and they go to the Amazon. Kay, that's her name. David and Kay, and they go to the Amazon to help, figure out, okay, well, what is this? Where did it come from? Is there anything kind of prehistoric around that's dated? And through just, casual exploration and things, they start noticing things going awry because one of the men that Carl had contracted as, just guides, he was assaulted and killed by a mysterious clawed animal. But everybody was like, it's not a jaguar, it's not any kind of quadruped because the claw marks were, very indistinctive to what they've seen. So they continue exploring, and Kay goes for a swim. And while she's swimming, we see flashes of this very ugly and putrid thing with fucking bug fish eyes. I hate it. I'm gonna get into that later. And it's a mysterious entity that's looking for a new mate, and so it's taking up a fascination with Kay and is trying to kidnap and reproduce with her like it's from The Fly. And so along the way, David gets into several altercations with a man named Mark, who is a lot like Captain Ahab, in my opinion, because he's just so obsessed with I gotta kill it. Nobody's gonna believe me if we don't kill it and bring it back. We gotta kill this thing. And David's like, no, we can just research it. We can take photos. Like we can bring back normal evidence and we can capture the thing alive. So that way, we can study it more and continue researching it to see if there's any type of connection as a amphibious link between humans and aquatic creatures. And then the boat driver Lucas also gets in Mark's face and saying, when we're on the water," and he pulls out this fucking Bowie knife that was quite fearsome, might I add, and he puts it like right under his chin. Is like, "You don't tell me what to do. I decide what's best, and I decide that the smart man is going to have his way, not you, asshole." And so they try to escape from the creature from the Black Lagoon after it attacks more people. And one man is maimed horrifically, might I add. He's just all bloodied and shit on the face. And so they manage to temporarily subdue the creature before it breaks free of their little makeshift holding cell for it. And he gets back in the water and creates a temporary blockade so that he can get his so he can get Kay. And then along the way, Mark and David go in the water with spear guns to try to kill it, but to no avail. The spears don't work and pierce the creature's thick hide. And so the creature from the Black Lagoon ends up taking Mark's breathing apparatus. And what did he do? He basically took his oxygen from him and drowned him like a kangaroo killing a dingo. And so Mark's body's floating to the top. Everybody's very scared and terrified, justifiably, might I add. And so they're like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the old, the gas them. They gassed him underwater to temporarily disorient him, but once again to no avail because he makes off with Kay. And so David makes his way into the rock grotto where the creature lives, and he tries to have a last final standoff with him, but once again his knife can't pierce the creature's hide. And so Lucas and another gentleman, not Mark, what's his name, Carl, they bring their Winchester rifles, because I believe those are Winchester repeating rifles. And so they managed to shoot the creature, I think maybe 5 to 12 times. They unloaded some bullets on that thing. And then they're right as Lucas is about to deliver the final shot, David says, no, the creature's had enough. Let him die in peace with dignity. And then the movie ends there. I just want to say, I've seen this movie before. I was actually going to use this for a pick, so I'm a little bit jealous you beat me to it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. But out of all the Universal monsters, the suit design for the creature, it's always bothered me because of how just unsettling it is. Which
Mm-hmm.
is what it's supposed to do. It's a creature feature, but it's like if I was like a teenager back in the day and I had just seen that thing, especially the eyes. The eyes is what really gets
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
because it's got fish eyes, but it's got the crescent slants like a cat. So I was like, man, that thing is just homely to look at.
Yeah.
golly. I also don't know about you guys, but I was rooting for Mark's downfall the whole time. I was like, you obviously have no idea what you really want to do. You're just trying to go out and shoot something because that's that's what people like him do. They just go out and kill without thinking about it.
Yeah,
But I
I love the
digress.
design of the costume itself. Like it holds up in any era. It would look great now. It looks great then.
Yeah, I
Any
agree.
any era like this like you make a movie with this costume, it looks amazing.
I will also be
Yeah.
right back.
All right, no worries. So Tony, while Jerry's indisposed, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty good. I've never seen this movie. I don't know. I've always heard of. My impression was just yeah, like guy in a rubber suit. I don't know. I guess I didn't know what I expected. I just knew that it was
Yeah.
like a guy in a rubber suit. Like I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but it was very good. I like that there was actually a story. I don't know why. Like when I picture old Universal movies, I don't know why I don't like. I can't like imagine what the story is. I just like imagine there's like wreaking havoc on like an area around it. But I like that there was like the aspect of them like going and exploring and like internal conflict between the crew.
Yeah, I like how it's
Yeah,
like a archaeological expedition. You know, there's
yeah,
like, and I like how they open the movie with, um, like kind of just talking about like evolution and like God creating the earth at the same time. So they kind of meld like both ideologies
I
together, just
agree.
like
Yeah,
from the bat. And I just felt that was like an interesting thing because like even now that's such a conflicting ideology, like evolution or like did God kind of
right.
create
Yeah,
creatures or man and everything. And like I do enjoy the science of it though. You know, like they get right into the science and they're talking about the Mesozoic era and like saying that the Amazon existed for as long as like life existed, which isn't really true. And
yeah.
there's like a lot of science that's like half
It's
true
pseudo.
and not
Yeah,
true. And like I don't. I mean, at least they're using real science, but like once you actually look into it, it's like, oh, this doesn't really make sense. But that's okay. You know,
it's
it kind
fine. Science fiction.
of
You gotta stretch
yeah,
a little bit.
exactly.
You know.
It like adds to I don't know. It just kind of adds to the mythological aspect of like what this creature is, and like I don't
Yeah,
know. Like I kind of like the scientific aspects to it because you could think of like just mammals kind of going back into water, like whales, for example. Like
yeah,
it's like kind of that answer to a man going back, like
yeah,
not devolving, I guess, but like evolving into an aquatic creature. You know, so
yeah,
it actually kind of does make you think once you kind of like sit down and go like, huh, is like you buy it. You know, you kind of buy the whole concept from the beginning. And I like
yeah,
how serious they keep like they like look at it and take it. You
yeah.
know.
It's like kind of like it's why I liked Blair Witch Project as a kid, and it like fooled me a little
Mm.
bit. It's like melding like folklore and like a
Yeah.
little bit of like fake with real, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this place exists. It's like kind of like also why cryptids are appealing. There's things that we don't know about that are in places that exist, and
No,
then like
exactly.
you can use a little bit of science and a little bit of fiction and like make it something like cool and believable and new.
Yeah, and like places like the Amazon rainforest or like
Yeah,
the Congo, like um you could believe that there's something like deep in the forest that like is undiscovered because there's
yeah,
I mean I'm sure since the 1950s there's many animals and many plants and like
yeah, of
tribes and
course.
probably even civilizations that have been discovered that like are like actually real, you know, and but or like there's like cryptids that actually exist, you
Yeah,
know. Oh, here's all right. Here's Jerry.
And I think it's so interesting how you said cryptid because how I imagined, like a bipedal, half human, almost. I'm trying to think on how to describe
Like
it. Really,
almost like a reverse mermaid, you
yeah,
know?
it's like a mermaid, but we're like 5 steps back.
Yeah.
because I definitely think like yes, this thing is something that possibly existed while humans, or not even humans, but primates were getting out of the water, starting to lose the gills, gain lungs, shed the scales and everything else.
Right. It's
And
definitely
this,
believable for
yeah,
sure.
and this is also something that I think is very much within the realm of Darwinism and evolution
Hmm.
because it fits the bill. It still had, you know, when it was on land, you saw it still trying to, breathe through water.
Yeah, I
It had a
love that
very weak
effect. With
set
the
of,
gills.
it had a, what is it? It had like, a primitive lung function, I
Yeah.
guess is what
Mhm.
the words I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
you see it gasping for air, and it looks like real. Like it looks that would like how a fish would gasp for air. It looks uncanny in the best way. Because it
Yeah,
looks like it's an actual plausible being that could exist, and the design of the creature itself is perfect. It's amazing. I just want to shout out the designer Millicent Patrick. She was like the woman artist who kind of came up with the concept of the creature, and Bud Westmore, who is the makeup artist. And I guess he took so much credit from the creature design that he actually like got Melissa Patrick name removed off the credits of like creature design. So it, but like she finally got her kudos like later on. I just thought that was like an interesting story in itself. Like they're
that
kind
is
of like
very true.
fighting of like who created the concept of the creature itself.
Yeah, and even the creature, you can tell just how instinctual it is because the
Mm,
only thing it knows is self-preservation, eat, reproduce, nothing really else outside of that. It stays in the water predominantly. Like yes, it can come on land, but it won't unless it just has to. And even then, he's got a mean set of claws on him. I wouldn't I wouldn't say it's a stretch to imagine, that thing's got, a sufficient, muscle skeleton to, if it was in a serious fight, it couldn't give you an old 1-2 buckle my shoe
right.
because how. Because it killed two dudes. It killed that one
Yeah.
guy by
It
snapping his
killed a
neck,
lot of
right?
guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's at
like
least like
he,
3 kills. Probably
yeah.
more.
And then even when they threw fire on it, like, yeah, it scared it off, but it just kind of it didn't phase it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it didn't really get hurt until it got shot, which would get
Yeah.
the ending spoilers.
Yeah,
Um
and I think that's something else because people always talk about, well, oh, what if dinosaurs and all these other extinct animals came back? We'd be fucked.
yeah.
Because there's no way a little switchblade, utility knife, butcher knife, hell, even a 9 millimeter would do enough damage to pierce some of these animals' thick and coarse hides
Yeah.
that were fighting literally for survival day in and day out. That's a defense mechanism that's, evolution gives something. And I also just want to talk a little bit of shit about Mark because when I finished the movie,
Uh,
I wanted to make sure I thought of him right. And he was like Captain Ahab. He was just downright obsessed with trying to get this damn creature.
right.
He just let self preservation go. He let the safety of others go. He was like, obviously, if I kill this thing and bring it back, I'm going to have the biggest fucking balls in the world, and people will show me some respect. And, they'll listen to whatever I have to say because I'm the man who killed the creature from the swamp. And I think he got exactly what he deserved. He went in this creature's environment. He tried to kill it for sport, which is what it was. It was a sport kill. It wasn't even like a mercy.
Right.
And he died like a chump. As opposed to David, and he told him like, we don't have to kill it. Researching this can only help further what we understand about the world we
Right.
come from. And I think that's really something else because, we hear stories about how we've hunted animals to extinction or how I don't know if this is true or not. I saw a post on Google from my notifications about the last male white rhino has officially died. So that creatures are going to go extinct. I haven't looked into that, so don't quote me or hold me to it.
Oh shit. I definitely heard something about that.
But it's just one of those things. It's like watching this now. It's like there's a this is more relatable than I'm really kind of comfortable with admitting because you have those crazy people who are like, boy, I gotta go hunt this blonde deer. This is the only blonde deer in the world. I gotta kill it, mount it, and stuff it.
Yeah, I find it interesting too. Like this movie almost has like a pro environmentalism take,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 1950s when like that wasn't really much of a thing. I feel like environmentalism kind of became like in the cultural zeitgeist like in the 70s. It's kind of like when like Earth Day like first kind of came to be. Like there wasn't
Yeah,
anything like that back in the 50s. So I found that pretty interesting. And like Tony and I were saying, like there's like science to it that's like half true and half not true. Like and it actually does make you think. And like um you would think with these scientists, like the scientists themselves, the people who aren't Mark, um, they just want to like understand the connection from man to like this fish creature and like how that coincides with like evolution, like how we're related to it in a way. And they never really find that answer. And it does like have the kind of it seems like they set it up like it's the last creature that exists in the lake. Like there's not another one. Like the fossil was probably its mate that like died, or who knows, like how old that fossil is that they even discovered or
yeah.
uncovered.
Because they were trying to do what uranium tracing or something on some of the rocks in the lake to see how far back some of these things might go.
Oh yeah, like the carbon dating and all
Yeah,
that.
they were trying to carbon date it, and even like how you said it. There's something else that I thought was very interesting because they made a light mention of being under several atmospheres while you're in the water and your
Mm.
body has to readjust. I thought that was the trippiest thing because I've seen like scuba divers talk about like, oh, when you go down several down far deep enough, your body does acclimate, and when you come up you die because it's not the pressures that you're used to anymore.
Yeah, there's something about like air getting
Yeah, it's like
into
the
your
air
bloodstream.
compression or the gas.
Yeah, like your
Some,
heart explodes or something.
yeah,
Yeah, it's called like suds or SIDS, and you got to get into this big chamber vat thing
yeah,
to
we
a
would have to.
decompression chamber. That's what it is.
Right, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and I was like, this is very interesting because they touched on something they had no idea was going to be such a big, like, life saving thing now.
right. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, like the science of this movie definitely makes you think in like more ways than one. And like there are like cryptids, like I think like Tony was saying that tribes of like these deep rainforests like believe in. Like I think in the middle of the Congo they're talking about like a dinosaur that exists that no one has found like in the middle of the Congo, and of course there's like a civil war going on over there, so no one has like really discovered anything like in the center of the rainforest. So there's like all these undiscovered locations, and there's still like tribes literally living in the Stone Age as we speak right now while we're using technology. So it's like, I mean, it's like far fetched and it's not at the same time,
It
you
is a.
know?
I know. I get what you're saying because it's so funny you said that. I just watched a video about those like no contact tribes who
Yeah.
were losing their homes to
Hmm.
our
Oh, like
modernization.
deforestation and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so we're unintentionally we're forcing these people to come into society,
Hmm.
and it's like people say, if you were to go travel back in time,
Oh, it's the same
and,
equivalent. Yeah.
yeah, like and grab a caveman and put him in front of a TV, it'd freak him out. Like
Yeah.
he wouldn't understand it. There's no sense in him. Like this is what electricity is. This is what a chair is. Like you don't have to use a rock and a stick you can go to fucking Publix and get you a $40 steak.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And I think that this really touched on something, way ahead of its time, like how
I
you
would
were saying
agree.
with
Yeah.
this movie, because I'm not gonna say like, oh, I believe that there's a fishman cryptid out there in the world, but I'm sure that there are some things that these in not no contact tribes still have as far as like customs or like a form of worship that they've seen and they know to be true that we'll never get to experience.
Um, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And like, um, I just want to get into just like out of like Silver Age screen crushes. Julie Adams is definitely like one of my like crushes of like that time period. I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks great. She looks
Oh yeah,
amazing.
she's a hottie.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give her a shout out, her due diligence, and she definitely is like taking the role really seriously. I was watching a little behind the scenes documentary, and like she was like, "Oh, this is going to be like one of those B movies," when like when she took the job, and of course, it's like the role she's most known for is this, and and like obviously making the movie it probably was fun to make, but at the same a bastard to make because
Oh yeah.
like for the
Mhm.
underwater scenes, like the guy, I guess who did the underwater creature, he had the like he I guess he had the ability to hold his breath for like 4 minutes, so that's how he got the job. The guy they had two different creature actors. They had one underwater creature actor and they had one on land. It's two different people.
That makes
Yeah.
Um
sense.
and yeah, and like even like when they captured a creature, like there was a point where we're questioning, like, oh, is that just like the mask underwater? But then it eventually
Yep.
moves, like it
Mhm.
emerges out of the water. Like, oh shit! So that guy just held his breath the whole time, you know?
I
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say like that's one thing that like you kind of like I kind of didn't like think about it until like a little bit like deeper into the movie. There's a ton of filming underwater, and it's just crazy
Mhm.
to think about filming underwater in the
Right.
'60s.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
how do
this
you have a
is not
camera
even
that's
the
like,
'60s. The '54 they did.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't. I should have looked into that, like how they dealt with the camera work underwater. I remember hearing something about it, and it's been so long. But
yeah,
I know that they filmed this movie for like 3D, like back in the '50s when that was like a really big thing. So like there is a way. Like I have the Blu-ray for it, so it does give you the option to watch in
that's
3D. But I
hilarious.
don't have like the 3D glasses. I kind of want to try it just to see what it would be like.
You
Um,
got to try it and let us
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I just find that like fascinating. It was definitely like a big movie for the drive-in like of the time for sure. And like that theme plays. I looked it up. It was like over 100, like 134 times or some shit. Like
Damn.
when the one like every time the creature's around, it's like
dun dun dun.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That
And
was some creepy music too.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
it,
I mean, it
it
fits. It works. I guess that was some executive was like, "Oh, we need that theme in it more." Like, so they put it in.
but yeah, this is I'm gonna go ahead and just get into my final thoughts. I haven't watched this movie, oh God, it's probably been 15, 20 years damn near.
Wow.
Cause it's, you're home over summer, you're with family, somebody puts a movie on, it's like, well, you can go outside and sweat balls, or you can be inside an air conditioning and watch whatever's on TV. And so, I watched this and rewatching it now, this is a still phenomenal film. This is 10 out of 10 movie. Like obviously, for a film class you would show this because there's a lot of great things that this movie does. But even to I wouldn't show this to some middle schoolers just because they wouldn't appreciate it a lot. You'd have one kid who does,
Yeah, I
but I
would.
would show this to like a film class in high school
Right.
because there's a lot of very great camera work. There's a lot of great body acting. How people just interact with each other with just natural chemistry. That's not something that you could ever hope to recreate like that ever again. Or even with how much they used, like you said, with the man who could hold his breath for 4 minutes. I think the most I can do is probably 3.5. But even still, like, holding your breath for 4 minutes and,
You can
moving
hold your
around and
breath
doing
that
stuff,
long.
that's
That's pretty
not
damn
easy.
impressive.
Yeah, I timed it. It's been years. I'm sure it's not up to that
You
anymore.
could play the creature now.
But this is a very, very good movie. And I don't want to take away from any of the other Universal monster movies
Hmm.
because, obviously we watched Dracula. I haven't finished Frankenstein. I saw Frankenstein's somewhere, and I'm planning to watch that.
I gotta say, Bride of Frankenstein is superior, but they're both pretty good.
That's on the list to watch too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is, if you really wanted to show like somebody unsettling just mascot, this would be it.
Hmm.
It's creepy. It's ugly. It does the fish thing of trying to,
Yeah, I like that effect a lot.
yeah, and how they did that, it was almost like a one for one idea. Like, okay, let's take a couple fish, get them out of water, just really study how these gills open and inflate to try to breathe and recreate as best as possible.
I forget what they did. They did like an air hose or something like that for that
Yeah, it
effect.
looked like maybe small burst of pressed air,
Yeah,
or
something like
maybe
that.
some kind of pump that was
Mhm.
on some kind of jerry rig timer.
Yeah, I
But
was thinking along those lines.
this is a very, very great and well put together movie. And even with how, thought provoking it is watching it in the modern society, like, it's weird seeing things like that because that's very relatable to what's going on in our current state of the world with deforestation, loss of land, animals going extinct and being put on protected lists. Like, this is a very weird thing to just watch and think about further to where we are.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Did you give your number rating?
Oh yeah, I said this was a easy 10 for me.
Oh, right. Okay. Tony, what are your thoughts?
I this I'm trying to remember what Universal monster movies I've seen, but I'm not as familiar. This is one of like the
You saw Bride of
first ones.
Frankenstein. That was one of the podcasts we did.
I don't know if I was on it.
Yeah, you were. You
I
definitely
don't.
were.
I don't. I have such a bad memory, but uh, I guess I've seen a lot of these. Yeah, no, I guess I have seen a lot of these. I don't know. I think I would. I don't know. I know it's iconic, and I know I did. I like the way it was filmed. Like I think it's like really impressive that it's like super underwater. Like all of this underwater filming. The suit is really good, but it's not my favorite of the Universal monster movies. I'd probably give it a 7. I think I do remember like a little bit more Frankenstein. I haven't seen The Mummy. It
You
didn't
saw
stick with
Bride of
me.
Frankenstein.
I don't remember the movie. I
I'm
don't know
sending you.
how.
I'm literally sending the podcast right now.
Please send it to me. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like visually, it's very good. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. Like aside from what I've said before, I think I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8. This is kind of off topic, but I was just looking at this because I was curious. Apparently, this is a trilogy, and the third movie is called "The
Oh,
Creature Walks Among Us." And I
yes.
see a picture of him, the creature, standing next to a guy, and he's wearing a t-shirt and pants, and he's just walking around. Do you know what this is about?
So okay. I haven't seen the sequels. But that one, I don't know how many they have. I guess you said 3, but that one in particular, they take the creature like out of the zoo, and then they try to make him more into a man and like give him like plastic surgery. So he's not really either creature or man. He's just like even more fucked up.
And he's not even in the Black Lagoon anymore.
Right. So he
He's
just like wants
nothing.
to kill himself. Like he's like, I don't belong anywhere now. That's kind
Uh,
of the gist I want to watch. I honestly do kind of want to watch the sequels, but I'm sure they're not going to be as good as this one.
yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I remember my one complaint. I had a minor complaint, but I think the more we talked about it, I think it went away in my head. It's an old movie thing for sure, but I really don't like something about the old movies. I really don't like is like they kill the villain and it ends, or like it just ends in the middle of the action scene. They do this in westerns. They do this in this. They do this in like a lot of old school movies, and I really don't like it every time for some reason. Like
Mm.
I want there to be like something to tie it all together, other than like he swam away and died, which I think was fine. But the more we talked about it, like when we're talking about like the connection to our like past in the beginning, where it's like talking about evolution and how like we're saying this is an environmentalist kind of story. I think it's kind of telling where like they shoot him and kill him, and then Mark or no David is saying like yeah leave him, like he's had enough, leave him alone. And I guess like the more I think about it, it's like I guess maybe saying it's like that's our severing of between us and like our past roots in evolution. Like we're severing it by killing the creature. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it was just it's
Yeah,
jarring to me every time the movie just ends.
I don't mind the ending at
I
all.
can
I
see
kind of
what
like
you
it.
mean by that. Because
I
sometimes you're like, all right, I want to see the action done, but other times it's like, okay, we hit a good place right here. We don't always need to,
yeah.
finish the exposition.
I feel like it kind of ends like how King Kong ends. I mean, King Kong probably has a better footnote tie, like with like Beauty Kills the Beast. Like that line is
Yeah,
like a
I
great
was
way to
just
end a
about
movie.
to say that.
But like yeah, it's kind of like the same theme. Like after that, it's like what would they do? Like drag the
yes.
body out of the water and like bring it to science. Then it feels like they kind of win. It's like, oh, we got our creature. Here it is on display. It's
No,
dead.
I guess you're right. I don't know. I think like I don't know. It just I don't know. I guess I just wanted more of a foot. I don't know. I guess I'm just comparing it to the footnote of King Kong in my head. I just always remember that with King Kong.
Yeah,
And
that
I
is
felt
a
like
great
I
one.
didn't get as big of a punch from this. So I guess I
I
just
would
like
I would agree. Yeah, that's such a great line. It's like hard to
yeah,
beat that. And that
that's
was
true.
that was like 2 decades before this, which is
Yeah,
kind of funny to think about. Um, wait, what did you give? Oh yeah, you said 7 or 8.
yeah,
All right, are you done? Do you want
yeah.
to? Okay.
no,
I didn't want to like take over if you had like something else.
no. Sorry.
Um, no, no, no. So anyway, I want to give this like I'd probably give this movie a 9 or 10. I'm probably leaning more towards a 10. I mean, I own the poster for God's sake. So it's I want to just like kind of dive into like like minor details. I guess they filmed a lot of this movie in like Florida. So like when you see like alligators and stuff, those are like that's in Florida. Um, they filmed it in like the Universal backlot also. Um, but anyway, there's like this one scene where the creature's like infatuated with Julie Adams' character, and like the creature's just swimming under her, and you see the POV shot of her swimming, which is definitely very reminiscent of the Jaws shots, which is like 1975. So that's like 2 decades later. Steven Spielberg's one of his debut movies. Anyway, like it has like the same POV shots of like the swimmer underneath and like the creature lurking. So like that definitely was like big inspiration for Jaws. So it's almost like without Creature from Black Lagoon, it wouldn't be like Jaws, or at least like a lot of aspects to those movies. So I found that really cool, and you could definitely see the connection like really soon. You're like, right when you see that
Yeah,
shot, you're like, oh, this is familiar. I like that sequence a lot, and it's like I like how the creature's just like curious, like what's going on. I don't think he's like in love with her. I think he's just like, what is that? What is this creature? And like it's like the nicest the bunch who don't shoot him, so I feel like that's what kind of what happens. And this is another footnote. Like the guy couldn't fucking see in the creature costume, so like he's holding Julie Adams and like he's walking through the caves, and I guess he fucking like scraped her head against like the cave wall, and she had to get stitches,
oh,
and like they were like right when she got stitches, they're like, okay, come back to set. It wasn't like you're done for the day. You're like, no, we gotta finish the movie. Like fuck that. So it's just like more ballsy like way of film production back in the day, and I guess it was so hot too, for the actor in that fucking suit. You know,
Yeah,
like I guess like they probably filmed like 14-hour days or something like that in like the scorching hot sun of California. Yeah, that's a lot to endure. But yeah, I agree with Jerry. I would give this a 10. I really enjoyed this movie, and I feel like the more I watch it, the more I get out of it, and it's just like, like the science is like half true, but it makes you think. It's good. So before we go to our closer, Tony, you have the picks for next episode of November,
I
month of
do
November.
indeed. This is
If you need a break, Tony, I still got some.
I have actually okay, A or B. Someone just say A. Shout out A or B. I'm
Hey,
between two. A,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I was gonna do anyway. But
Even if you picked B, I would have picked A.
no. I wanted to do A, and then we talked about the movie posters in the beginning, and I saw a poster of a movie we haven't talked about, and I was like, this would be awesome. But we're going with A, which is the original plan, which is Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, cool. I always
Uh,
wanted to see this. I never seen it. Okay.
Very good. Very excited to watch it again. And then I think the short, really stupid. I'm not even going to spoil it. The reason I picked it is dumb as hell, but it's The Simpsons season 5, episode 11, Homer the Vigilante. I don't even remember what happens in that episode, but
hang on, because I gotta text this to our group chat because I will forget.
Yeah, I will forget that too.
did I
Homer
pick a
the
Simpsons
Vigilante.
episode because of a couch gag? Yes, but
Oh, I kind of remember. I kind of recall. Okay.
yeah,
Perfect.
those are the picks I
Thank you,
think. Yep.
Tony.
Okay, cool. Okay, so if you don't want to be spoiled for Simpsons, Homer the Vigilante, and Doctor Strangelove, make sure to watch that before next episode, which will be sometime in November when we record this live. So I guess we'll go into our outro. So 3, 2, 1. This is Josh sending you off, up and away until next BatYard's finest episode.
This is Tony from Star City.
This is Jerry guiding you out with Green Lantern's light, and we're becoming super pals one episode at a time.
Yay! Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm
Happy
glad we did this
Halloween.
episode.